manners and respect people. Always more to come. People, I do a late night reasoning again. That me I go call it late night reasoning, so people can jump in and say, "What's up? How things are going? How life I treat you? Where I deal it? How is business? How is the family? How is the friends? How you doing?" People, I say some people just see life I go by and unable to pay attention to life, right? Them see life I go by and them just not paying attention to life. Them just I got you, right? Them not see nothing. Them not hear nothing. So since now there says enough things happen, right? And I know everything affect everybody, right? Things happen and it affects some people. Things happen and it don't affect some people. So I know everybody under the same effect of what's happening. So one of the things when me see is the states the mass deportation of people where live at live at the states, right? And them are get deported from the states. Now, some of them people are enter the states illegally. A lot of them enter the country illegally. Now, I'm say everybody a look balanced, right? Everything people want balance for themselves. Them mother like they say and put in the work and them might expect a reward, right? And put in the work and them might expect a reward. So many of them people are at the states now. Yes, many of them coming out the country illegal, but enough of them people that enter the country to look betterment for themselves. I tell you, sometimes how you find balance and where you find balance, it's hard. It's hard for people find, to the society how things is in today's society when it seems like say only a certain amount of people can get what them deserve, and the rest of people them them no get nothing. Instead of them just a work, and at the end of them lifetime, there's nothing for it. I talk about the story where from the beginning of the year, or all of the ladies who are try balance themselves. Somebody always come along and unbalance everything. Put the people them in some serious position. So everybody in a society, I try to find balance somehow. But sometimes it's not available. No matter how much you put in, all when you put in, you're not getting a balance. And that me look upon. So I say one of the people I'm a listen to. Right, so one of the people me, so I play him before. I play Professor Griff before. And him did a talk about the Martin Luther King, his perspective on the Martin Luther King. I have a dream and many things. And next month I will do some detail on what other people think about Martin Luther King, and look on some of the things where Martin Luther King talk about and accomplish. So this one is Professor Griff. I'm gonna play a little bit of Professor Griff. And Professor Griff talk about I never listened to this one either. I'm gonna tell you, so sometimes the stuff them when me try to introduce is stuff when me I listen to for the very first time. I listen to these people and I hear how them talk. Again, I say it's not everything a person say you're gonna agree with. This me have to emphasize them things because people think that just because a person, for example, say a swear word in a sentence. Me agree with the sentence, but me not agree with the swear word. So I saw you have to look at it. Some people, when I'm upset or something like that, or them speak, it's not everybody is have a control thought. So when them in a certain situation, them just have a conversation normally. That'd be nice if that would happen. So all when you're upset, you can just keep it cool and speak. But sometimes people them frustrated in every situation, them feel a certain way. Worse if them put in the work and then at the end of the day, them not get nothing out of the work. Wouldn't you be frustrated? So sometimes when we play a certain tape or something, or all the people them talk, at the message we feel listen to sometimes, right? I was enough times when I listen to the lesson. When I look on the person, um, shoes, hot. That's why I'm saying it never make no sense. Me have to show my face because people are gonna look on your face and say, why in look this way and look that way, instead of just listen to the message, understand what a person is trying to say. I said the program them when me watch, it's not me watch them and me listen to them. So I cannot do something and turn on somebody program and I listen to it and I learn so much from the program. But some people love the visual, them love sit down and look. I'm not saying that's bad. I mean, there's people, I said, up where people just sit down there and you just go look on them. They not say nothing, them not do nothing. Them just sit down there and look. Right? But otherwise, I know everybody is beautiful enough to sit there and people just look at them. So I'm going to play some of what Professor Griff have to say on the mass deportation in the States. Because again, everybody are trying to find them balance. And finding balance, trust me, it's not easy. So this is his perspective. This is like the first time I listen to this chapter. Again, I listen to them people and it's good for you to have a different perspective on how people look on certain things. And then take your own point of view. So we're supposed to be information gatherers. We're supposed to gather the information and analyze it. That's the same thing the machine them do, you know. The same information that we have, they take it, them analyze it, and they make an adjustment. So humanity is always supposed to be making an adjustment to our existence. I say, okay, for us as Jamaican, we used to always be creative. We're always creative. Them say colorful in some ways, of different color. But with flag show say we're diverse, right? So when we listen and we learn, we understand. That's one thing I said we used to be good at that. We used to have good memory. Right, people? So this is Professor Griff. He's an American. And he's like an activist. So I'm gonna play a little bit of what I say about the Trump mass deportation.
All right, greetings, family. Greetings. Peace. This is Professor Griff. And of course, y'all already know this is the masses, and I'm back in front of my microphone. Yeah. Been on the road, been traveling. Of course, y'all already know, and you should know if you don't know by now, the national director of the Black History 101 Mobile Museum. And we spent a whole entire month in Portland, Oregon. Shout out to the people in Portland, Oregon. Shout out to the beautiful people that's actually responsible for the education of the young people out there in Portland. Everything from K through 12 schools to junior college, to colleges, to community centers, to that kind of thing. Thank y'all for the warm welcome and hospitality. Shout out to Noni, and of course, shout out to my good brother, Dr. Khaled L.I. King, Black History 101 Mobile Museum. Of course, my good brother, Omari, I from the D. Anyway, back in front of these microphones, making it happen with 4 new subjects we're going to cover within the next few days, and then of course on Wednesday we're coming on with Soleil. Got a beautiful program. Her and her sister are rolling out. Shout out to Elena. They have some dynamic work that they're doing in the way of educating and supporting and helping women heal. All right, so join me Wednesday with Elena and Soleil. Going to come on here and going to talk about their classes and their project that they're launching, along with the grand opening April 12th of the Goddess Temple of Love. That's Soleil's Goddess Temple. And of course, as y'all already know or should know, Soul Ohm's going to be getting down. So come on through. We're having a listening party. Come on through and listen to the entire album. April 12th, y'all invited. Mark that date on your calendar. All right? Grand opening of the Goddess Temple of Love. That's Douglasville, Georgia. And of course, my band, along with Rashida, my man E. Of course, my man Jay Battle and Ashir going to be getting down. All right? So let's talk. Let's make it happen. We're going to have a listening party. We're going to make it happen. Today's subject, we're going to be talking about Trump's mass deportation raids.
Okay, even that's one of the things me even said would I love to do some listening party. So would I just link up with some other YouTubers and all I would like a share a live of like a topic where would I benefit if you listen to. You hear me? I said the man say it's a listening party if you listen so we can understand. Right? This is one of the things I keep on stressing now. You see? Problems and solution. Them balance. Right? You have a problem, you create a solution. And I said there's so much different solution to one problem. So, but usually it's the best solution to the problem. Right? So for us to listen to understand what people are saying. Right? What we are saying. Manners and respect. Always more. So the things we say for me, what me love to is gather the information and then we detail the information. We detail the information in a sense we can analyze it and create solution right across the board. Because I say it's a simple solutions, you know. Enough of the times it's simple solution. But just a listen to Island Spice, and that's one of the program too. I'm what I like we just um listen to the host talk. His name Colin Bell. I said the program them where me try to highlight this, not the sensationalism. It's the information to make we think the details of why things are not happening the way they're supposed to happen. Right? So them people I want to bring on again, it's people where them a navigate. Because that's one of the thing the UIC president did I talk about. It's how to navigate situation, to reason out situation. Okay? Negotiate. Right? That's one of the word me tell you say we should move away from the argument thing and move into these ways of talking. And once we move away from the argument now, that means we are going to change the frequency for how we talk to each other. Because if we not talk to each other good, the frequency that we're on will never be able to solve the issues. And that's how one of the major things I said, because there's no balance within each other, and we now look for balance each other. This is where the issue comes in. And that's communication, conversation. Okay, so again, make Professor Griff go on.
Mass deportation rate. So if y'all can help me kind of with that information so we can dive into this particular subject and make this thing a real thing so we can kind of understand it from the perspective we
Okay, and that's, you see, you dive into it so we can understand it. I tell you, said just these thoughts of just changing up, rearranging this yeah, that thing where them said the the box. Yeah, once we rearrange everything and just there's no box, we analyze it. Then solution obviously is gonna come. So this why I said them things here, just the way we speak, the way we think, the way we communicate to each other, listening.
need to understand it. All right. Let me see. I did have a clip lined up, but while I'm finding the clip, maybe y'all can let me know where you're checking in from. This is Professor Griff back from the West Coast. Um, I was on different places. I was traveling. I was coming on that kind of thing. So I started getting text messages from people like, "Where you been?" Whatever. I'm like, "What do you mean? I've been on." Last night I was on King Simon's show. I was on Brother Richard's show. I interviewed my good brother Anandi from the Watts Prophets. I set up at a couple of schools. I did a couple of shows, so I'm back in front of my microphone for probably about a week or so, and then matter of fact, 2 weeks. Then I'll be back out on the road for Black History Month. Wherever I can get on, I'm going to get on, and we're going to tackle these subjects and just kind of knock them out. Today, I want to talk about the Trump's mass deportation raids. All right, so let me know where you're checking in from, and we'll get this party started. All right.
So check in, people, and don't know the role, and we could get the party started. Look, man, at that match I show you, it's sometimes you listen to people where just have content of themselves and them reasoning ability. I tell you, so growing up as a kid, one of the things them what we used to do is sit down together and we used to just talk stories and memories, and those them times that they're beautiful, Those times was beautiful. So my grandfather him used to name mango at night time. So him say him not top to pick out no mortgage. But me tell you, say all them little things there. Oh, them times there. Them times there, it's funny even thinking about it, how funny it is. But me tell you, say just the command, just the companionship what we used to have. You think so them people they never have problem back in them days there? But it was solution driven. That was the key thing. How to get along with people. So them things I'm want go into just the details of how we get along with each other. Let's start out that way then. Instead of we rush to create solution and we can't even say good morning, good afternoon. So let Professor go and talk.
Let me see if I could take my You hear me now? Don't tell me I got to reboot. Tell me if you can hear me. You can hear me now? Somebody said I'm good. All right, I was shouting out everybody for that last 5 minutes that y'all didn't hear me. You can barely hear me.
Okay, all right. Even that happened to me too. Like, me come on and do me live, and Mr. Line say, me talk, and nobody can hear me. Somebody have to text me in the comment section and say there's no sound. So me just watch him talk and everything, and then somebody have to text him, and that's why I say sometimes when the people come in the comment section, if them can't hear nothing, them fi just say there's no sound or something. We have to communicate. As simple as that is. I tell you, say the things them what we do to make it easy. I'm gonna keep on saying it. You see, if you go 100 miles an hour upon a highway, right? You have to patch all of the pothole them first, right? And that a problem solving, solution driven. All right, my career professor saying.
Hold on. Let me turn microphones up. All right. Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if the sound is good. You sound fine. Got you. All right. I shouted out everyone from New Orleans to New Jersey to New York, from the BX. Somebody asked me, is I still in Portland? No. No, I'm back in the ATL for about a couple of weeks. I'm going to do this for a couple of weeks here in my studio, and then I'm going to head back out. All right. Black History Month is coming up next week, so we're going to dive into some serious subjects, especially the conversation and reference that surrounds DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. We're going to talk about that while we're in the month. All right. We're going to talk about all the things that they don't want us to talk about. I got asked a very serious question this morning in reference to what's the importance of DEI. That we'll talk about at another time. Today, we need to talk about this whole idea of Trump's mass deportation. All right, that's Trump's mass deportation. All right. Anyway, in the meantime, between time, let me check everybody on IG over here when they're checking in. Come on. Brother Griff, who are the real American Indians? Come on. You already know. Ohio, 9 Ether, what's good with you? Always checking in from Raleigh, North Carolina. H-Town, the DMV. All right. The DMV is checking in. Trina Floyd, all the way from Vegas. All right. Miss Nikki, Shady Lady. While I look for this other article I had on deck, man. I had it on deck and I was ready to play it. Some strange reason my YouTube is not playing what? And it just ain't happening. Here we go. All right. So that conversations earlier this morning when it started talking about how black people, when I say black people, I'm including all of us, all right, not just the ones in America. Well, the ones in America now because I'm having this conversation. But if you're Haitian, if you're African, from Dominican Republic, wherever you're from, all right, Brazil, other places, but you're in America, what makes you think that this present administration is not going to issue an edict? It's not going to issue a decree. It's not going to issue, I don't know, a crackdown to say that they're not going to round you up and send you back. All right, that is the first question. Okay, so if we're talking about the mass arrest and a nationwide immigration crackdown, they're doing it under the guise of talking about going after people that are in the country illegally. My question to you is, do you believe that? Is it only people that are in the country illegally that they're going after? All right, since you didn't hear me the first time, And since I was muted, for some strange reason, this is the Masses with Professor Griff. Brought to you by Black Power Media. Reloaded. All right. Shout out to Kalanji as always. And shout out to everyone that support the platform. All right. Shout out to my man Rick. We're about to roll this membership subscription out so I can get you the information that you need. Like the research information that went into this particular talk. Oh yeah, there's some background information. So yeah, we need to talk about that. All right. So I wonder if my JoJo Dancer, man. JoJo Dancer says, at the woman queen, don't do the crime if you keep you the time. Maybe that's a conversation. I'm losing friends. Well, I'm losing friends also, JoJo Dancer, and they're not criminals. So I need to correct you on that. All right? Because I want to ask the second question. We're going to talk JoJo Dancer. I want to ask the second question. Are the people that came into this country illegally and committed a form of genocide on the Native Americans, murdered off the Black Native American tribes, the ones that kind of just took the land, the one that burned down Black cities, the ones that buried Black cities underwater in lakes and flooded Black cities, the ones that are operating and existing and living right now lavishly on Black and stolen land. All right? Should we now get together and round them up and send them back to Europe and other places where they came from? Answer that question for me. Should we round them up? I'm just asking the question. Shout out to Quan, shout out to Johnny Taylor, Little Goddess. All right. Shout out to everyone that support the platform. Really appreciate that. Miss Alex Littlejohn, shout out to you also. Yes, we should care. This is stolen land, all right? So the article talks about this whole idea. The nationwide immigration crackdown on Sunday resulted in the arrest of 956 people, the most since Donald Trump returned to power, according to the Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE. All right? Yeah. Thank you. That's what I said. That was my third question. Why aren't they cracking down on the illegal white people that are in this country? All right? How come they're not cracking down on white illegals, Europeans? There were over 100,000 Ukrainians that came to this country. We don't know if they went through the process. They were just bringing them in. I don't see the mass roundup of illegal white people that's in this country. These are the questions that we should be asking for all the trolls that are in the chat. All right? So it talks about a number of federal agencies with newly expanded detention powers. Of course, the executive orders that were issued by Donald J. Trump, the now president of the United States of America, issued new expanded detention powers were involved in the raids in a number of cities, including Chicago, Newark, and Miami. Trump came to power after making mass deportation undocumented immigrants a central campaign promise. You're right. All of the people that are in this country illegally, white people, should they be rounded up and sent back is the question that we're asking. All right? And then who are the white people that came in and stole the land from the native Black people? All right? Whether you call them Indians or Moors or whomever, All right, the people that just stole and took the land and committed a form of genocide, should we round them up and send them back? To take the office, Trump has carried out 21 executive actions to overhaul the United States immigration system.
Okay. Before this man went into power, this man pretty much talked about what he was gonna do anyways. And everybody was happy about it. Pretty much everybody was happy about it. So now at least he's doing what he said he was doing, right? Most of the time, when politician goes into power and they say they're gonna do something, they don't do it. So now that's the effect of getting what you want and not getting what you want. Some people is gonna be happy and some people is not gonna be happy. Now with the whole taking over and creating a society where one people benefit, a small amount of people benefit, and the majority don't. The unbalancedness of it. So how you change that? That's why I'm saying the stuff that I look at and when I understand, it's been broken or it's been wrong for a long time. So coming up with solutions and understanding the problem. As we continue.
All right. Okay. 6 big immigration changes under Trump and their impact so far. Tom Homan, Trump's border czar, was in Chicago to oversee the operation, but his federal crackdown has made the Democratic leaders unhappy. And trust me, they're not going after everyone that's undocumented. They're going after everyone, documented or not. And what is it going to cost those particular individuals that do have protection under the law, that are here legally? You have to put up dollars over cents in order for you to prove your case that you are documented. All right? This federal law agency conducted several immigration enforcement actions. The city's Homeland Security investigation said on social media this included ICE local office in Miami detaining undocumented migrants on various offenses. We don't mind you doing your job. I guess going after undocumented people that are here in the country illegally. But are you going to do that across the board? Because as an unnamed man told CBS News, the BBC's U.S. news partner, that ICE took his wife during on the Miami raids this weekend. Okay, it's despicable what they're doing right now. He told CBS, it's very embarrassing. 1,500 active duty troops headed to the U.S.-Mexico border as we speak right now. 1,500 troops are headed to the border. All right. Colombia backs down on deportation flights after Trump tariff threats. So there's certain countries that are not allowing these individuals back in the country. So now they're just out there in limbo. Wow. That is critical. So now the countries certain countries are stopping people from getting in and going back to their country of origin.
But it's just the illegal that they're refusing from taking though. And honestly, that's one of the things with the deportation of the people that will live in England. That are one of the with the government of Jamaica accepting the people them live in a country for the longest time and then commit crime and like say then learn the crime of the country where them get deported to them just get deported to the country just because it's their origin. And that's one of the things when I look upon and I say, well, if them born at if them raised at the country from them a little bit and then do the crime, why deport them? And I go back to the people them where them are deport. Right? As we continue, people.
Something, yeah. All right. You gotta let me know if that music is loud because I can't hear it because something is happening with my sound. Let me go check my sound again. Audio. No, how about then we go from the then we go here sound? I don't think so. How about my built-in display in my MacBook? Nope. You can't hear sound from there either. How about if I plug in this device? Will I be able to hear sound? I'm not sure. Nope. Can't hear sound from there either. Background music is great, cool, no problem. I'm going to take my invite. I'm going to copy my invite. I'm going to put it in the chat. Whoever wants to come on and have this conversation, let's do that. All right.
And you see what the man say again, though? Conversation. Let's talk about it, right? Communication. That's one of the things I tell you, say it's so refreshing to hear just the fluidity of words from people when they communicate. I tell you, when you go on any platform and you just hear 4 or 5, even 3 people argue, oh, it's so distorted, or it just, that's not fluidity, that's distortion. So whatever them are talk about, the topic that they're talking about, it doesn't really matter anymore. So when we conversate and we are talk to each other with respect, I tell you, I've been places where conversation flows. And I'm just a laugh, and people are asking me why me a laugh. But just because them not understand how it sound, the melody of communication. It's just like music, A good music is just gonna put you in that mood. A good conversation is just gonna stimulate your mind in such a way. That's why I said today for me is the last of the month because we can change anything. We don't have to accept nothing what them put in front of we. Them put this much days in front of we. We can't choose them things there. But we act like we don't have no choices. We only have to choose what's in front of us. That's why I'm saying with the free space of thinking. Why are you afraid to just use your imagination? And everything that's created before what you said, technology, it was our imagination we use. And we were awesome. As we continue.
So my I put the link into the chat. I can still hear you, bro. Yeah, I'm sure you can hear me on IG, but I'm talking about over here on Facebook, YouTube. All right. Anyone wants to come on, participate in this conversation, we can do that. So now let's get a few things straight. Hold on. Let me see if it'll let me play this. I'm just checking some sound right now, man. Let me see if it'll let me play this. I got a YouTube clip lined up that I want to play, but my sound is acting up over here, so we're gonna see. Nope, not letting me play it. Hear it. Let's see. Let's go into.
All right. So since we have this, like, not talk over the whatever program we highlight, but again, with all of the technology and all of them stuff here, right? There's people who are good at these stuff. The people who created and designed all of these technology, them get hours and hours and hours and hours to practice at it for them to be good at it. But when them put it in a fluid and now we don't have that practice. That's why I say that's what we have to go back to. The practice of what we used to practice. Forget better at it. Tell us sometimes I try to do my live and I hook up this and I hook up that, and it's not easy. But again, it's not getting frustrated at whatever you're trying to accomplish. It's just keep on doing what you're supposed to be doing. And that's my encouragement for us to continue to be the best of us. So again, I tell you, I never listened to this I didn't listen to this episode, right? So we're going through the same thing. That's what I said. People are going through similar situation. Everybody experience at their own, but we're all going through similar situation. So we can help each other through the situation. Again, some solutions solve many problems. Once we apply the solution, as we continue.
Yeah. Let's go into the system.
Meanwhile, federal agents ramped up immigration enforcement operations over the weekend. I reported 956 arrests made in total yesterday. That is the largest number of arrests in a single day by the Trump administration to date. The operations targeted several cities across the country, with federal law enforcement agencies in multiple communities posting about assisting with immigration efforts. In Denver, the
stillness. Boom, bada bang, huh?
And right now, federal immigration raids are happening across the country, including right here in Atlanta. U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents making several arrests in the area Sunday.
All right, family, we'll have to do it without that sound, but let's have a conversation. So I put the link inside of the chat. If you want to come on and have this discussion, to be a part of the discussion, by all means, do that. So let me put up a couple of the comments that I'm seeing in the chat. All right. Immigration doesn't benefit the Black American. It never has. We should not be involved in anything for immigrants to stay here. How about, what if the immigrants are Black? And what if they're related to some of us? What if the immigrants are Black? Someone is trolling. The sound is great. Okay. In 1621, the Wampanoag, led by Massasoit, concluded a peace treaty with the Pilgrims after. What does that have to do with what we're talking about? Oh, you can hear the video. Oh, okay. All right. Didn't realize you could hear the video.
All right, now more on the breaking news we first brought you at the top of the newscast. The Pentagon will begin deploying as many as 1,500 active duty troops to help secure the southern border in the coming days.
Deportations in cities like New York could start soon. Our Jessica Promoso joins us now. Jessica actually sat down with the commissioner of the mayor's office of immigrant affairs. What they have to say. And that's right, I did. And there's a lot of unknowns. Our local officials can't give us concrete answers as to what could happen in the coming days. Multiple reports say raids will start in Chicago and then New York. What we do know is the mayor is talking to ICE officials about migrants who have committed crimes. The question is, if mass deportations take place in our city, what would it look like, and does the city have a plan?
I got some jazzy.
One day, I will launch the largest deportation program.
Before he was sworn in, President Donald Trump was vocal about initiating the largest mass deportation in U.S. history.
You see, the man said, this is what I'm saying though, this is what you guys asked for. You guys asked for a president who's gonna step in and do the things that he said he's gonna do. The people that are voting in, this is what they want. The people who are complaining didn't vote him in. Because if they vote him in and they're upset with what he's doing, how could you be upset with something that you asked for? So again, this is just looking at balance. As we continue to listen, people.
And in his first day in office,
All illegal entry will immediately be halted, and we will begin the process of returning millions and millions of criminal aliens back to the places from which they came.
while details of how and when are scarce, the commander-in-chief has said he plans to mobilize the U.S. military to enforce the operation, an operation that has many migrants on edge.
No me siento seguro.
I do not feel safe. I do not feel safe. Jason Gonzalez arrived in New York City from Venezuela with his wife and 3 children in October. They've been in the city's care ever since. First placed in Floyd Bennett Field, a makeshift shelter on a national park, which is federal property.
Teníamos mucho temor.
We were very afraid because these are federal lands where we feared that with President Trump's return to the presidency, we could witness raids here. That shelter was closed earlier this month. So what would mass deportations look like across the country?
All right, they're asking the question, what would mass deportation look like across the country? All right, we have John that we're going to bring on, and we're going to have this discussion. Let's dive into this. Peace, what's good?
Hey man, let me make sure I can hear both of us.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm going to stop sharing so I can bring you up on the screen. John,
Yeah, so
what's going on?
I'm in Arizona and I'm getting reports via my friends on Facebook that they are the workforce is let me lower this. The workforce, which is mostly made of people that are non-white, if you get my drift, Mexican, they're afraid to go to work.
Not funny.
They're afraid ICE just gonna round them up and get them out of the country.
Wow. So basically what you're saying to me is, but because of this quote unquote roundup of illegal aliens and non-documented aliens, the workforce in Arizona is down, you saying?
It's not, yeah, it's impacting it. So it's going to impact the food production.
Okay. And you think that's going to affect the rest of the country?
Well, I'm just thinking forward. If it's happening in this border state, if that's indeed true, how they're going to impact Texas, any other state, and then eventually, I mean, it's going to impact everything. But
right,
you know, I don't have skin in the game, as you can see, as much skin in the game, because as you can see, I'm a white male.
Right. All right. So then, if you, as a white man, don't have that much skin in the game, because I guess you're not worried about where your fruit, vegetables.
As you can see, I had no skin in the game. So people, this is why I say, when people say certain things like, I didn't know it's gonna reach my doorstep. I didn't know it's gonna happen to me. That just saying that they're aware that it's happening, but they're not doing anything about it. uh, I'm telling you, when you listen, when people speak, you'll understand their meaning if you care enough to listen.
So I'm worried. I feel helpless.
Well, I can kind of give you some things to do as a white man that you can do that where you can be effective and you can help.
By all means.
What is wrong with getting together with like-minded people so we can build some?
Okay. You see? And that's what I say. Instead of you trying to find people that you have to convince you guys are on the same path, why not find like-minded people? People who are like you. The biggest frustration is trying to convince a person to do the right thing or persuade a person to do the right thing because it's something that they don't want to do. It's so much easier to accomplish something that you want to do than to accomplish something that you don't want to do. So, like minded people, people who have the same ideals, the same goals. Because you see, when you look on it, it's not like it's only one race or one uh, culture is trying to dominate. So for us to live within this space, the like-minded people, just like the good content creators, have to create good stuff, have to balance it out. Late night talk, late night reasoning, late night communication. As we continue, let Professor speak.
Kind of lobby group so that we can check some of these things. What are you doing locally?
That's the thing. I don't like to go out of the house that much.
Oh, okay. So if you're on here, you're on the internet. Are you on the internet a lot?
I'm sorry. I'm hearing like a loop of what I've already said. Can you repeat that, please?
I said, are you on the internet a lot? If you don't go out the house a lot, that means you spend a lot of time in the house. Am I correct?
Unfortunately, yes.
So, what we can do behind these keyboards and cell phones and this kind of thing, since technology is so advanced, all right, we can affect change via our cell phone. You can start a campaign via your cell phone. When I say you start a campaign, I'm not talking about you start a campaign that you're reaching out to other people that don't look like you. We would like for you as a white man to reach out to people that look like you, where we can really affect change. Those individuals that are white, European, whatever country you come from, reach out to individuals that look like you that can affect change to the degree where you're sympathetic and empathetic to a human cause, not a black cause, not a
Man, I'm telling you, them program, I just I love them programmer because you see, the wave, the energy, when it's placed in the right place, it's so amazing to see it work. Paper work. As we continue, people.
Mexican cause, not a whatever. How about a human cause? Because I asked a question early on in the show. Where are your parents from?
Right. I see where you're going with that. My family comes from Europe illegally. Not legally.
Okay.
They took land from the indigenous people.
Right. So your people took land from the indigenous people. Then what right now do your people have to turn around now and take the land that you stole from the other people, not only indigenous people, but Mexicans also, all right? And we never asked you for your documentation. Where were your papers? You understand what I'm saying? We didn't do a massive roundup of white people and send them back on ships and whatever.
I totally agree with you on that.
Okay. So sitting in our homes now, watching this go down as a white man, you can't sit on your hands. Obviously, you have some compassion. I see it in your face. I hear it in your voice. And just because mine get loud and raspy, that don't mean I'm not coming at you. I'm not attacking you. I'm just asking some very serious questions. All right?
Understood.
So I think there are other white people that I'm in contact with that would like to meet you. That's also affecting change. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, I got your text. If you could send them my way, or I don't know how, if you could put them in touch with me, I'm easy to find on Instagram and whatnot, because
okay,
I think a line has been crossed and I want to see what I can do.
Right. Okay. Because I think it only begins to hit home. It only begins to hit home when it affects the people that you're directly related to.
People, I'm telling us that this is how it is, though. If everybody stand by and wait for it to happen to them, eventually it's gonna happen to them. But just like them standing and watching it happen to other people's just gonna stand by and watch it happen to them too. That's why I'm not telling you, say, oh, humanity is so fragile. In a sense, treat each other so bad. That are the thing, you know. That are the major thing. When you listen to the news, it's news. It's reported how it's supposed to be reported, but when you listen to it, it's all humanity is gone in these people who are doing these things. These people are gone, literally gone. They don't exist within themselves because the things that they do, they really cross the line of humanity. They do. They cross the line of humanity. So they're not humans anymore. And the more we make them continue, it's the more there's gonna be of them. And how it continues, just watching them do it and don't say nothing about it, don't care about it. It takes all of us to get it done. Take everybody to get it done as we continue.
A lot of times when it's happening to those other people, we don't pay attention to that. We don't really care about them. But when it starts hitting home, you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, if I'm going to be transparent with you, I do everything I can to keep my own mental sanity. But now I'm at a place in my healing where I don't want to be silent or like sit back and just wait for it to come to my doorstep, if you follow what I'm saying.
No, I follow.
Okay. All of them things that I tell you, say it's mental healing. The mental healing part, which means in that room where all of your fear, nightmare them there. You go in there so and you clear it out. That's the mental healing part of us that we don't we don't approach. We don't care about the human healing. Because the humans are scar. I think we sin. I think we scar. I think humans are scar people. Because humanity had do wrong for so long. So we're scar. It's very few. What them said, the saying is hurt people. I say hurt people want revenge. Many of us just want that revenge. It's not because most of the time when bad things happen to people, them never get even with the people them will do it. And that's how we end up being scarred people that will never heal. So it's revenge because if them did get to deal with them people there at the time, them would have peace. Them scar would have heal. As we continue, people, there's humans out there. You see, this a man, him have empathy. And that much I show you all it is, right? The people them who can make a difference would love to make a difference. The people them who are supposed to make a difference now make a difference. I'll just say that. The people them who want to make a difference can't make a difference. And the people them are supposed to make a difference now make a difference. And it's usually the people them who's in power or get to be in certain position. But this man did say for a long time, this is what he was gonna do. The man said this is what he's gonna do. And the man has stand by him word. So now the man has stand by him word, everybody, that's what I don't understand. This man got this position by saying exactly what he was gonna do. And nobody never think about the side effect of what he's gonna do. If all of them people did get together and say, watch out, this is what's gonna be the side effect. Look how much people are scrambled. How come so much people didn't see this coming? Everybody was welcoming this. I'm telling you. This man won by a landslide. It's either the other person that's gonna be in power didn't have an agenda for them to see and say her agenda is different from his agenda. They understood all of these stuff. So I'm saying, like, was it an emotional? Was it all emotional that they voted him in? Because this man said these stuff. And now he's doing these stuff and all of this side effect. And I'm wondering if it's just, let me just pretend like I'm outraged while he does what he does, because nobody can stop it anyways. Manners and respect, king. Right? They voted him in. This is why I'm saying when I go into the details of the things, it's who voted him in. The people who wanted this. Because there was so much information out there for them to make a choice on who they wanted. So you cannot make a choice on who you wanted and the person is actually doing what he said he was going to do, which is rare. It's so rare for a person to go into office and commit themselves to make the change that they said before they went into office. That's one of the biggest things. That's one of the biggest things in politics. People scream, "This is not what you said you're gonna do." But this man is actually doing what he said he's doing. So this is what I'm saying. Even these topics, I can go on details on these things. I can do series on everything that's out there to clarify and for us to understand certain things. Because if we don't look at the details of things, we're just going to go with the sensationalism. We're just going to go with the headlines and no details of nothing. And then everybody's just going to be saying what everybody's saying. Nobody's going to say, stop, wait a minute. Let's look at this and see how did we come by this? How did we end up here? How can we fix the situation? Because if we can't fix the situation, we must be able to make an adjustment. And the only way we can make an adjustment is looking at the situation and then coming away from it with solutions. That's why I'm going to say how we used to think before, right? We used to actually think before. All of them things, I've been detailing thoughts. How about that then? It starts from Mr. Bean come out and say this is not good, right? Because people is gonna make stupidity funny, and then there's a difference. So when people come in with smartphone, they keep on pushing it. Smartphone. It's a cell phone. This is what I'm saying. We attach words together, right? And it doesn't mean something. This is what I'm saying. I'm going to take out the hand out of manners and respect and just say manners, respect. Because you see, just like how they put words together that has no meaning together, it shouldn't be together. These words shouldn't be together for it to mean something. But they put words together, just like I said, they put like a date. They put a date to a number, and then they put the mean, and then they add some meaning to it, and we gravitate to that. We gravitate to what they create. This is what I'm saying. For me, this is the last of January. Today's the last day of January for me. Tomorrow is the 1st of February. And you're going to ask, well, they don't say that on the calendar. Why does it have to say on the calendar for you to create your own thoughts and your own creations? So this is why I'm saying detailing is everything. Make you understand where we're at. Because I said, if you turn the past around to the future, it's going to be the same. Nothing is going to change unless we change it. And understanding how to change it arguing will never change it. We can't say this 100 years from now, you can play this tape and it still have the same meaning. Because it's true. Arguing doesn't solve problems. Conversation, communication, that's the start. So when I'm saying, okay, this is what they wanted from this man, they put this man in power. And now this is happening and they're complaining about what they put him in power for. So let's listen to Professor Griff.
Because why did they come get your neighbor last night? They're coming for you in the morning. They'll they'll rearrange some kind of law to figure it out. You understand what I'm saying?
Well, my neighbor directly next door, she's from India and she's practically dark. She's dark skinned. There ain't no two ways about it.
Right. Wow. Okay. All right. But
So
I really appreciate you coming
it's been
on.
affecting me, you know. And I'm just like, well, what do you do? I don't want to seem like some kind of jerk off that's trying to, you know. I want to do the right thing.
Right. So let me just ask you a question while I got you on the line.
Yeah.
Do you think it's fair that this government sends billions of dollars overseas to other countries and don't take care of the people that are here in the United States? Because everywhere I go, I see homelessness that's off the meat rack, man. Portland, LA, Miami, a lot of places I go, I just see the homeless people. New York, like, what's your take on that?
It's downright appalling. It's a travesty. I don't have a solution, but they don't take care of our own citizens.
Right. And should we take care of the citizens here first? Is that what you're saying?
Without sounding like a white nationalist, white supremacist, or like national, one of those flag waving morons. Yes.
Okay.
I work directly with the homeless. I work for an organization. It's a nonprofit, and I got to first look at that. And It's a shame. It's just a shame how much mental illness is. We don't address the mental illness. I think mental illness and
Okay, and this is okay. You see, and that's what I've been saying all month. That's what everything has been this month. Is the whole thing, the mental, the space within yourself for you to have that freedom for you to just think. And the man said him have to heal himself mentally. And exactly what we have to do. Because if we are scarred people, if we're all scarred people, we're not sinners, we're scarred people. We all have hurt. And we all have emotions. And again, it comes down to how we communicate with each other. That's one of the keys. Manners, respect.
trauma is at the root of all of this, and it's blatantly obvious with our government run by a bunch of mentally ill people.
Oh, okay. How far down the rabbit hole do you think Trump is going to go with scrubbing the nation of everyone that's not desirable? I think in the back of his mind, still that shithole country thing keeps playing over and over in my mind. You understand what I'm saying? But the same shithole country that he talked about, this country, this government went in and stole the national resources from all of these shithole countries. Do you understand what I'm saying? So now all of those individuals are coming here as if the natural resources were taken from their country and brought here. That's just my thinking. So talk to me.
I think that previous administrations were more imperialistic and into destabilizing governments in order to gain resources. The problem is with Trump, and I'm not the most educated person. I tune out on purpose, like I said, for my own healing, but I'm afraid of what he's going to do. I don't know where it's going to end. He's a complete wild card. I think he's a lunatic, or better, megalomaniac.
Okay. So let me ask you something. So you said the prior administration, so what good did sloppy Joe Biden? Was it any better?
I didn't see any good about that I saw him do, but again, I tuned him out as well because I don't think that any one politician is on any blue collar or non-white person's side. That's my personal opinion. They're not coming to save you. I hate seeing all these people giving up their power, their internal power that we all are innately born with. I hate seeing them give up their power and arguing and shit and, red.
Yes, you see? Giving up the power and then arguing. Never conversating and trying to find out, okay, how did we get here? And what's the solution?
Blue, when meanwhile all these sneaky things are being done and people aren't paying, all these distractions. That's why I tune into the Serious Minds, because I'm like, well, at least I can get some type of opinion that you won't find on most major mainstream outlets,
Right. And I thank you for.
Griff, I'll be honest with you, and I don't mean to curse, but I'm fucking scared.
Well, I'm gonna be honest with. Can I be honest with you?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not afraid because I'm grounded and I'm centered, and I know and understand the Creator is in control of this particular thing, and these people are not going to win. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to be the winner. You understand what I'm saying? We just have to get grounded and rooted. You understand? And then we have to get connected. Like-minded people are going to come together to defeat this thing. You understand?
Oh, I'm tell you, this is my first time I listen to the one, you know. I'm gonna tell you, it's true. It's gonna take like-minded people to come together and solve the issue. It's not impossible. Oh.
Well, it's kind of ironic because I am a Qigong martial arts instructor and student. So, but that's my struggle, not everyone's. Everybody's at different places. I want to honor that.
Right. But my thing is the place that you're in, I'm sure if you raise your antenna and your vibrational pitch high enough, you'll attract those same people that's in that same space you're in. And I don't want to sound so metaphysical and so philosophical, but I'm just saying that's real. If that's the space you're in, raise your vibration and raise your antenna high enough, and you'll attract those people.
And that's pretty much what I'm all about. I'm not in no hurry to meet 100,000 people, because if you meet 100,000 people in one day, you're gonna forget them the next day. So the people that may subscribe to my YouTube channel, I thank you guys. Always manners, respect. That's how we can think and create what we want to think and create, right? I'm just loving it, people. Just the fact say, I know it's possible and not impossible. That's what makes it fun. So if it's 100,000, it's possible. I'm just putting that out there. If it's 100,000, it's possible. Because if we have balance, we have everything. Because everything comes from balance. So over this corner here, we are come for reason, listen, understand, and learn. If you don't have those abilities, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. People, I'm telling you, say, moving forward. Moving forward, I get a phone call. Okay, that's my brother. That's pretty much where I'm supposed to wrap it up. But I'm telling you, say, today is the last. For me, today is the last of the month. Right? And tomorrow, it's detailing from day one. People tell us free ability is unlimited. So I could go and listen to Professor.
Okay, great. If you could send some of those people, if you get wind of that, let me know, because I don't want to just sit here silent.
Right. I got you. I really appreciate you coming on.
All right, thank you, Griff. I'm a big fan of your work.
Oh, give thanks. Take care.
All right, take.
All right, that was John. Really appreciate his comments. I really appreciate his transparency. Not a lot of white men are going to come on with that spirit and that energy and that, you understand what I'm saying? And
Honesty.
that transparency.
Honesty.
And I think that's what's called for today. I think we need to. You understand what I'm saying? We need to have that degree of transparency and kind of work with that. All right, once again, I'm going to put my invite in the chat in case you missed it. Anyone on IG wants to come on, no one over here can see you if you come on IG. You might have to come over here so we can benefit from your wisdom. All right. I put the chat, I put the
next word, wisdom. How about bring some wisdom to the table? Just a conversation. You know what I'm saying? These things is like words where they're real. Them have real meaning. Right? Certain words, when you hear them have real meaning. So even if you say them over and over, them still have meaning. Meanwhile, some words you say them over and them have no meaning. And that's again with the English language. It's magical and it's still a curse. But some people use the curse more than the healing part of it, the soothing part of it. Again, some of the words them we use consistently, regularly. Okay, so I guess it's a challenge for me to find different words for me to communicate with, conversate with. Okay. Told you, once we start messing around with words, we could be here all day because, one word means many things and then you have to decipher the meaning. You have to detail every meaning along the way.
The link back in the chat for you to come on. Anyone like to come on and participate in this conversation? We're talking about Trump's mass deportation raids. We're talking about ICE separating families and this kind of thing. We're talking about tracking down these so-called undocumented workers and undocumented people and sending them back to their country. But we don't see this happening with white people that are in America. I'm just going to tell you straight out, I'm not going to mince no words with you. All right? We don't see it happening with Africans and Asians and Dominicans and people from Brazil and this kind of thing. Not yet. Trust me, fam. It's right around the corner. It's right around the corner. My Haitian brothers and sisters, they're coming. My brothers and sisters from Brazil, no one understand, man. They are coming. They're coming. All right? We have to understand this particular dynamic and how this thing is being played out. Don't get comfortable where you are. You're not going to hide in the basement of the neighbor's house next door. You understand what I'm saying? It reminds me of Nazi Germany when they went and they rounded people up. All right? And they stopped people on the street. There is your papers. All right? That's what this reminds me of. All right? So, brothers and sisters, if you, my complexion and darker, they are coming. If you from countries, the places, the shithole countries that Donald Trump said they were shithole countries, or the beautiful countries that he referred to as shithole countries, they're coming. They're coming. Jojo Dancer, we need you to tell the white people that came into this country illegally and committed a form of genocide on the Native Americans. He said, come into this country legally. That's the law. Well, are you telling other people that? Someone wants me to block you, Jojo Dancer, but I'm not going to block you because We want to hear your ignorance. You understand what I'm saying? But we want you to answer our question. And the question we want to ask this guy is, did they follow the Native Americans' law about coming into the country committing a form of genocide? What law did white people follow in coming into this country? A country that was not theirs. No, we're not going to block JoJo Dancer, not yet. He hasn't been disrespectful. He's just making a statement. I'm not going to block him because he's making a statement. He has a right to make the statement.
That's true. As long as a person is not being disrespectful, I don't think they should be blocked off any platform. Because again, some people don't understand. But once you explain it to them and they keep on going down the rabbit hole, that's when you go, okay, then fine, back to my topic. Or back to the conversation. Conversation. The reasoning. There's so much different words we can use in a sentence other than the basic word of confusion. So let the professor say what am I say. Again, if a person is not being disrespectful, they have a point of view. That's why I'm going to say everybody has a point of view, but it's not every point of view needs to be said. If they're being disrespectful, that don't need to be said. Understand? As we go along.
If he says, come into the country legally, that's the law. And I'm asking him a question. No, don't change. Now we got to block you, bro. And now you're being kind of sassy with your intent now. You're being kind of deceptive. Answer the question, bro. Did white people come into this country legally? Big Stank, we're not asking you that. I'm white and I'm not for Trump. We're not asking that question right now. You could be white and down with Trump. Yep. That's your thing. I got you. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm black and I'm just down with truth, righteousness, and what's fair to the human family. All right? So whether you're down with Trump or not, that's irrelevant right now. I'm just saying, yeah.
You see them video, remember, trust me, later on they're gonna be so important because I tell you, say, you can choose whoever you win. It doesn't matter what your choice is. It's your choice. How can we be upset with you because you choose what you choose? It's your choice. But you can't enforce your choice on me to choose what you choose. This is what I'm saying. Everything is so important to understand the detail of it. We're not saying you can't do what you want to do. You just can't tell me I have to do what you want to do. That's where it interferes with enforcing your will on somebody else. So as long as you do what you want to do, it's fine with me. Or it's fine with the people who don't care what you do, as long as you don't try to enforce what you do on other people. Why is it okay for you to enforce what you want to do on other people? So these content I'm creating later on, I can always pull up a thing and go over that to explain certain details of what I'm talking about later on. But that's one of the key.
All right. You said, no, whites did not come here legally. Thank you. They didn't. Now, when do we have these massive raids on white people to round them up and send them back, all right, to Europe? Okay, precisely my point. Okay. So then if the native people that are from this land or own this land or were on this land prior to white people getting here, how can now white people come and kick their relatives off this particular land? Come on, man. Stop playing. Come on. Come on, y'all. Don't seem like that's a fair shake or fair deal.
Workplace raids, family separations, strict restrictions on new immigrants, and potentially deporting, they say 11 to 20 million people.
We have more than 16 million people in the United States who don't have full rights to be here.
Musafer Chisti is an attorney and...
All right. So now they're talking about coming after certain people from certain religions, from certain countries. If you're from Afghanistan, if you're from Iran or Iraq, any of these places, they're coming for you. All right. Now, what kind of extradition treaty do they have? What's built into the foreign policy of the United States of America that's going to protect them? All right. Yeah, I want to hear from, not only want to hear from the average white guy out there that may be listening, but what about the average white person that's Muslim? So all of a sudden now it's different for the black Muslim, or is it different for the Christian? Come on. We're talking about a human thing right now. We're not talking about, well, maybe Professor Griff is forgetting racism, white supremacy in the definition of racism, white supremacy. Maybe I need to go back to Dr. Francis Cress Wilson's book, The ISIS Papers, and we need to kind of go back to the essence and this kind of stuff. But let's finish playing.
Senior fellow and director of the Migration Policy Institute at New York University School of Law. He believes deportations will happen. As to how many people could be deported, that remains to be seen.
That's my question. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? When is the mass? Do they have a number of people that they're going to get to and say, you know, okay, now we got rid of 1 million. Now what's next? All right. So what? How high are they going to go?
Okay, and the man said him I got deport everybody. This is what they voted on. So he never gave a number. He never said how much. He just said he's gonna do it. So now he's doing it. He's doing it. It's so rare that somebody's actually do what they say they're gonna do. And this man said he was gonna do this. And he's doing it. So why complain about what he's doing? Knowing.
Or in the great words of the Negro poet Chuck Flea, how low can you go? All right. So, is this a form of systematic racism? And is this the history of the colonizing? In not only America, but every place that he shows up, every place he and she are there, are we going through these same kind of issues? All right. Pam, Matt, I got to keep the music playing simply because when people steal my show, and put it on their platform, I don't want to put a Professor Griff watermark across the entire thing. It's ugly. So if they put it on their platform, at least when I hear the music, I'll know it's mine, and I can ask these people to either donate to the cause or just take it down. Or I got to report you. And that I don't do. Not that good.
We are at war. Talk about World War III.
Okay, so again, it's not actually straight stealing, it's actually commentary. So I don't have a problem with if he reaches out and says anything about it, because it's not like my channel is any big and famous, anything like that. Right?
You check Serious Minds Info at gmail.com. All right, email me.
I told you I don't mind reaching out to some of these people. Right? I reach out to some already. This one I say, oh, me I do my things. It's like I'm not in a rush for have 100,000 followers. I just want people who have sense. The stuff them when I highlight, it's worth listening to. Right? So I don't mind emailing him and see and talk to him. Because again, these guys, most of the people them when I play and stuff like that, they're professors. These people have degrees, them have up king. Manners and respect as always. These people have degrees, these people have like papers to say what they're talking about is what they're talking about. But my feelings towards certain things is always upliftment, right? It's always positivity towards strives. Because I tell you, say, if it's always a war zone, right? How can you have a garden in a war zone? It's better to have a garden by itself. And I tell you, say, in a few mine now, it's like a war zone. Most of us are actually living. Mine is in a war zone. Them can't overcome certain things. That's why I'm saying it's emotional healing. I'm talking about emotional intelligence, but it's also emotion. There's so much dynamic of our existence, right? It's keys. What am I say? It's people give me key before. I'm gonna talk about that today. People give me key for open door to see the windows of unlimited ability. If these people didn't give me these keys to open these doors, I wouldn't have the knowledge to be able to even talk about certain things, much less to talk about many things. Because when people have free thoughts, they don't have a problem with teaching other people how to open their mind, open their doors to see opportunities. That's why I'm saying the details of us understanding certain things for us to go on. The man said it's like-minded people. You can't try to find people who are not like us to be like us or to like us. I'm gonna tell you, say, it's like there's what I'm telling you, say, you see, if we can't find so much poetry in words, we can't find poetry on a pen, on a paper, or on a write, or on a create. The potentials for just, I tell you, say, put a pen or a pencil to any paper, write pan white, right? Once you start write pan that, I tell you, say, if your life boring, make it up. Just make it up then. Put yourself in an exciting position. Instead of you just have the pen, have the paper, and then separate. Laws are written with pens and paper. Amendments, documentations, contracts, you name it. Pen, pencil, pen, paper. Write pen white. Once you start write, it's you're right about. It's your creation. It's your ideas. As we listen to a little bit, like there's only like a little bit left for Professor Griff.
Reported, that remains to be seen.
That's my question. When is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? When is the mass? Do they have a number of people that they're going to get to and say, you know, okay, now we got rid of 1 million. Now what's next? All right. So what? How high are they going to go? Or in the great words of the Negro poet Chuck Flea, how low can you go? All right.
Again,
Okay.
his YouTube channel is Professor Griff.
So my question is asked, Mr. Bio. I can't even read that name. That's just complicated. He asked, is this systematic racism and history of the colonized? Is that what we're seeing right now? It'll stop when there's a mass riot or something. Oh, you're saying he'll stop when there's a mass riot? Are people going to take to the streets? So can I ask a very question? I might get on some people's nerves with this. No, let me not do that. I don't want to exacerbate the tensions that are already there and the feelings of what people are feeling already by saying something like what I have in my mind to say. Let me not do that. Let me pull back away from that. And yeah. So they're going to arrest the worst criminals.
We're back here for you on Live Now from Vox. Thanks again for always joining us. Sunday edition continues to carry on. I'm your host, Mike Page. Always great to be with you. The borders are for the White House. Tom Homan says that you can expect weekly increases of migrant arrest here. That news being made earlier today. The borders are. Tom Homan warning that daily deportation numbers are set to rise in the coming weeks as President Trump's administration begins to expand its operations. Homan made the comment during a Sunday.
The borders all said this is going to increase weekly. This is going to increase weekly. I am telling you, listen to your brother, Professor Griff. They are coming. They're coming. And it's not going to stop at this, fam. Now, where are my black people at that voted for Trump? Can we talk? Can we have a dialogue real quick? For the few minutes I have left, can we talk? Thank you, Red. History is repeating itself. Control out of chaos. Watch the technology as the shit unfolds. Yep. When is it going to stop, though? Thank you, Sankofa. Face Yoga. He already said that he will call the King Alfred plan. Yeah. If we protest, listen to Dr. Ray Hagins talk about this on YouTube. Shout out to Ray Hagins. All right. All right. If we need to dive into the King Alpha plan, then I think we should. I'll do a special show on it and we can dive right back into the King Alpha plan and we can kind of talk and make it happen. We can unravel the King Alpha plan and see what's in it. But as Sankofa Face Yoga says, go to YouTube and look up Dr. Ray Hagen when he talks about the King Alpha plan.
Dr. Ray Hagen.
And what I am going to do, I'm going to dig up and do the research that I have on the King Alpha plan and get it to everyone that's listening to the sound of my voice right now. Send me an email at seriousmindinfo@gmail.com. I'm going to put it in the chat. Serious Minds info at gmail.com. All right, email me and I will send you out my research that I've done on the King Alfred plan. If you don't know what the King Alfred plan is, please look it up.
King.
All right.
Alpha.
I think there's several ways that we can approach this and kind of defend.
Look, and this is what I'm saying though. When I listen to these stuff, there's so much information. I just want to go deeper into them information here to find out, because it's out there. It's just because these information is not given consistently. You see them channel have billions of followers and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But they don't have the traction because it's just information. But people don't understand how good information makes you feel. But tell us that people are waste their mind space with all of the shallow, sensational stuff. Because once they go through it, them just a look more. It's just like fire. Fire just need more dry. It just need more things to consume. Right? People just a look more. Nobody is getting the information and make the information just simmer in them brain. Because if it's simmer in them brain, them don't know so that I calm them down. That's why I say the frequency part always we communicate and talk to each other. That's one of the issues that we have. Because if we not talk on a level where we are stimulate each other, we just rile up scar people. And we are scar people. I tell us that we're scared. Nobody not believe it, but I'm telling you, we're more scared than we curse. Because we curse each other every day anyways. What I say? When I no curse till I go outside, I get curse. Young man, pull up your pants. Young man, tie up your shoes. I still cuss. Well, cuss. Which one? Sure.
Ourselves. All right. Some say we need to do it economically. Some say we need to show up on the White House steps. Well, we can't do like them other people, because you won't be getting pardoned. You'll be getting shot down. All right. Okay. I'm going to take a request from IG, and let's see what the individual on IG has to say.
It's funny, you know, people don't believe that there's two worlds. There's maybe if you all go, like do all a deep dive. But tell us that we have so much content we can dig into and show, like laws and everything else, to show that there's two rules, there's two worlds, there's two, right? There's two of everything. One balance and one unbalance all the time. Yeah? Two set of law, two set of church, two set of everything. I tell someone talk about that eventually when I got the doctor and the doctor tell me I'm perfectly fine. A doctor who's supposed to be ethical. And that may I try to show you all things. That's why I'm saying enough of the experience but enough of the things that when I talk about it. Experience me I talk from. But I know just me alone go through them things there. No people go through them situation there. But no people no recover from them situation there. Then go mad. Then commit the box up themselves just because they can't deal with the situation that them I go through. That's why I say I want detailed things for sure. Say, oh, sometimes it's your approach to every situation. Make you live for boxer next day. Right? Even boxing people get boxed up in a people are box and get boxed up in a ring. I'm not talk with gloves, I talk about literally box up. So it's your approach. And this matter I say the people with the mindset. Dangerous people because them can't think out of the situation. And every situation is the same situation for them. Them angle it the same way. People want to say every time like I said, this is the time for me done, you know.
All right. While we're waiting on the individual over here on IG, you're right, pawns in the game. I can get that information out to you along with the King Alpha plan. All right. Yeah, January 6th won't work for us. That's not who we are. That's not how we move. We can't show up with horns and spears and shit and setting up a noose to hang people. And we can't do it. We don't move like that. All right. If you want information on the King Alpha plan, pawns in the game, and those particular things that surround the King Alpha plan, just hit me up. Serious Minds Info. That's SIRIUSMINDZ info@gmail.com. All right. You're right, John. There are pending lawsuits. Pending lawsuits are in effect against Trump right now as we speak, allegedly. Yes, there are, and we don't have to say allegedly. We can pull that up and show people. There are pending lawsuits as we speak. Let's see what happened 2 hours ago, because this is ongoing.
Here in Colorado, an early morning raid happened yesterday, taking nearly 50 people into custody, including members of the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua.
And Fox 31's Carly Moore joins us live from DEA headquarters with more details about that. Carly, good morning.
Kirk, Andrea, good morning. Yeah, the DEA says this has been a months-long investigation trying to get these criminals behind bars here. And they said that this would have happened regardless of who's in the Oval Office. But the DEA did post pictures and videos of this raid.
Moore, can you hear me now? Almost done.
Here, you can see DEA seized guns, drugs, and large quantities of money, placing 49 people under arrest. 41 of them determined by ICE to be in the country illegally. The videos posted on X show dozens of people in handcuffs surrounded by law enforcement in snowy conditions at that makeshift nightclub near Federal and 65th. They say the nightclub sets up on certain weekends and is invitation only, used by TDA and their associates. Those in custody could be seen bussed away from the location with crime tape, beer bottles, and broken windows left behind.
We took people who were selling drugs. There was potential prostitution at the location. There was guns at the location. We know.
All right. So what we're seeing here, family, we're seeing the alphabet boys at work. We're seeing organizations and agencies coming together, a multi-jurisdictional task force coming together, DEA, along with ICE, along with local police, sheriff department, border patrol. They're coming together now. All right. This is getting critical. Stay tuned.
Yes, people. Well, I don't know how more critical it can get than this man has 4 years to do whatever. And there's them say them have lawsuit, I go file lawsuit and all of them stuff against Donald Trump. But me say it's how them voting and everybody was so willing to vote him in. This is the end result. So everybody said them want balance, and this is the balance for them get. Right? This is the balance for them get. So again, for me, this is the last January, last day of January. So from one end to the other, there's a month, some serious things happening at this month. Right? But the main objective for this month was to understand, say, there's balance. And you have to find balance within yourself before you can balance anybody else. Right? It's for you to balance yourself so you can balance others. People, this is pretty much like the January series. Or that I'm gonna call it when me actually find out how to thumbnail and split up all of them videos and do all of them things, because even though I did before I was so good at all of these stuff, I guess technology kind of passed me by real quick. So it's for me if you continue practice and get up to date with what's going on. People, I thank you so much for stopping by. Right? Manners, respect. I'm going to change that. Today is the last of January. As we proceed to do great things, people. Yes? Because greatness is within us to do. To do greatness. Enough manners, enough respect. Thank you very much. Thank you, people.